Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. Thanks for dropping in. Today, I've been busy for the last few days, and I'm needing to get back out here in this gardening and do a little weeding and check everything out. Give you guys an update on how the little gardening's growing. So this here is just going to be a short little video. I'll walk around, updating you on the gardening and on the rabbits and quail and ducks and chickens. And nothing more than a little update. So let's go check things out. Well, we'll start out with old Carson in the audience here. As you can see, they still doing good, giving them their little morning snack. I got one hen I've been having a doctor, and I don't know if she ain't gonna stand still for me to show y'all, but there she is right there, that little spot on her back. I don't know if the other chicken's been pecking on her, but it's healing up. I bought some poultry spray and been spraying on it. But they all been doing good other than that. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the gnats here in North Louisiana has done got terrible. So I had to come out here and rig me up a fan on my quail to help keep the gnats blowed down. And I've been spraying some organic sprays I mix up. Seem to be helping a little bit with the gnats. But this here is the quails. I call them the Best family because the guy who give me the eggs, his name is Best. But I had hatched out, I don't know if y'all seen that video, I hatched out 8. But now I'm down to 6. Last week I had 2 of them just up and die. Looked like they was doing good one morning and come back that evening and they was dead one, and then about 4 days later the other one done the same thing. And that was before the gnats arrived. I told someone the other day and they told me the gnats is probably killing them, but that was actually before the gnats. The gnats arrived after that big storm we had. But here old Kelly's doing good. Kelly's gonna be my best breeder rabbit. She's the biggest doe between Kelly and Gwen here. Maybe she'll make a good mama. Gwen ain't far behind her. But unless old Blake here goes to growing more, he's running behind them still. But maybe by the time he gets breeding age, they just now 3 months and 1 week old, so maybe by the time he gets breeding age, he'll come on and shoot up. But old Blake, Gwen, and Kelly, they doing good. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all don't know much about rabbits, these female rabbits is a lot more friendlier. You can get them out and hold them, but old Blake there, he just ain't as, he don't try to bite you or nothing. See, he'll jump back. He don't want you messing with him. And guys, there is John and Sakura. Supposed to be John and Sakura. I don't know if that's males or females. They both got feathers curling up on their tails, so now I'm thinking they might both be males. But them are Swedish blue ducks. So we got the little ducks when they were just little ducklings. As far as the garden, you can see there my Brussels sprouts. Boy, they growing and they beautiful, but I don't know, down here in the south, I think our weather's gonna get too hot before they, see, they just now making Brussels sprouts. But I'm afraid our weather's gonna get too hot before they make anything. There's my turnip greens we've been eating on. Then my lettuce bin. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I redone when I built our pool deck up there at the swimming pool. I used this panel for our railing. You ought to go see that video. And then I had these little strips left over, which I'm gonna cut these ends off. So I put one of them on each one of these raised beds, and then the other way we used a cane, and that gave me more height. So they were short like the ones on the Brussels sprouts there. But I'm gonna leave them on there, that way I can use it to put plastic in the cool weather times. They'll just stay on there. There's my mixed lettuce. That's salad lettuce and gourmet lettuce mixture. We've been eating lettuce about every other night. There are my strawberries. They've been making a few. I eat them faster than they make them. Sometimes they ain't even ready as they need to be, and I'm out here, I'll pull them and eat them. There's my potato tower. If you've been tracking my videos, that potato tower didn't do what I was expecting. I was expecting my potatoes to grow out at the sides at each layer, but it looks like they all just come straight out the top. So first time I've ever done a potato tower, but when it's time to get the potatoes, we're gonna knock her over and show her, see what's in there. But while we talking about these potatoes, for you ones that's been tracking me, watching my videos, when I planted them potatoes, I had extra seed potatoes, and I planted them out here in my little leaf compost pile. And they are really under the shade here. And look what them potatoes are doing. I don't know if they making potatoes under there, but they are pretty potatoes. But they are really doing good just to be thrown out here. Surprised me. But as far as my tomatoes, if y'all didn't see my videos of my bad miss out with my tomatoes, I had to pull every one of them up. But there's my coating come to see me this morning. There's coating. But I had to pull all of my tomatoes up. And they was all, I left this one right here, and look how big it was. But if you ain't been watching my videos, I got 2,4-D on them. And this one and a couple more, the only two, even though they was all growing that big, once they'd make a bloom, then the bloom would just curl up and fall off. So I just pulled them all up and started over. So all my tomatoes is little bitty. But look here, who is that this morning? Can you tell everybody this morning, good morning?
Can you tell them hey?
Hey, can you tell her good morning? You gonna go see the chickens? Okay. Papa will be with you in a little bit. But here my squash, I just planted these 3 seeds in the ground. So they would be later squash. And then I got these 5 plants here. These are all called pick, and pick. And we done eat squash a couple times, and as you can see, we finna have 2 or 3 more ready here in a day, or maybe tomorrow. And my peppers, the next 2 rows. About 3 days ago, I planted some asparagus yard-long beans on that one. And there are my little peppers, confetti peppers and Savannah peppers. And that's the little container type, so they ain't supposed to get much taller than that. This here's lazy housewife pole beans. I had to replant 2 or 3 on this side that didn't come up. And then we got Fuya jalapeno peppers. And they making some peppers too. There's 3 on that one and some more little ones. 2 or 3 on that one over there. Then we got some more pole beans here. And on this end we got some habanero peppers. These pole beans here was called Christmas llama beans. Then we got our herbs, starting with our rosemary, oregano. You can see I'm letting it go to bloom. Little pansy flower, then our little Mickey Mouse planter there me and my grandson made for him. Then I got a little purple lavender I finally got started from seed. I've been having troubles trying to get lavender to start. I couldn't ever get none to start last year. Then we got some parsley. See guys, I ain't been out here. I'm getting some weeds I gotta pull out. My garlic chives, we clip them off and cook with them. Yeah, I got clover growing up in here. I got to get back to the garden. This is some more oregano. And there's some basil. I don't know if I can pronounce that right, but it's E-L-I-D-I-A, basil. Just had a rough start getting started. There's my thyme. Garlic chives, dill, cilantro, more dill, more garlic chives. These were my red rock onions. That's the only ones that survived the ice storm this winter. And my little green onions I got planted. And these here was them onion bulbs. I pulled them all the other day. I cut them up and flash freeze them and then put them in bags. But I left them there to just kind of go to seed and see how much bigger the bulbs is gonna get. My blackberry bush here look like all this rain we done got. It's done got some blights. So I'm gonna have to get something to spray on it. This is our zucchini squash. We done got a couple of zucchinis off it, and there's some. That there's got one more country growing. I don't see one on that, and it's got some blooms finna open up. There are my little half-long nanny carrots. And my sugar snap peas with some little nanny half-long carrots mounted in the middle. Planted in the middle, I mean. And this is my Black Beauty eggplant, but boy, there was some pretty plants when I planted them, but man, all that cold weather and stuff kind of got to them, so I'm hoping they pull back out. Look like I'm getting some flea beetles too. I'm gonna have to do some spraying. This is green egg squash. Man, if y'all ain't never eaten no green egg squash, this is some good squash. Tastes just like a lot like yellow squash, but a little different texture. We done ate 3 or 4 of them. There's 2 on that one. Couple. Yeah, there's one down there on that one. And these things grow so fast. That right there be pulled today, and that there will be tomorrow or the next day. Then I got some winter squash right here. I've never raised a winter squash, so this year I thought I'd plant a couple of winter squash. That's something my mom and them never did raise back when I was growing up. Here's my beets still growing and on my second round of radishes. And I pulled all my first ones and eat them. And these strawberries in this pot, I don't know what's going on with them. They done Looking like they getting some kind of blight on them or lemon balm. You can see my wildflowers out there growing though, and then if there's a lollipop cherry tomato, it's blooming good. Elephant squash and elephant garlic, it ain't coming up yet. I planted that way late. It ain't been planted about 8 days, I think. This here was gonna be my tomato on the barrel. Of course, I pulled it up and I actually planted these out here in seed. You can see they coming up. I just planted seed straight in the barrel. It's gonna be my cucumber on the barrel, and you can see it's got a couple of the cucumbers started already on their little vine. This is my candy onions. Let them grow till they die over. See how big they get. And here's my another little strawberry barrel. Got a couple little red strawberries. Oh, I got another red. Look at that pretty strawberry. Oh, look at there. I'm finna eat this one. Look at that. That's a good strawberry. But there's lemon balm and more garlic chives. That's more wildflowers for the hummingbirds and bees. There's a cucumber in the wick pot. You can see it's growing and blooming good. There's another eggplant I was trying out here in a wick pot. You can tell it just, that cold weather, I may have been better off to pull it and start it over. And there it looks better than others, so maybe it'll come on. It just needs some warmer weather. Some more cucumbers I'm trying in the wick pot, and then these here is just planting them straight in the ground. I'm gonna let them come up the back side of the trellis. A lot of this just experimental, see how one does against the other one. Cucumber there. But my peppermint spearmint, you can look back on the videos, that stuff, when it started, it started. He's gonna have my tire full there. And my blueberries. These things were sure enough loaded until that frost 2 or 3 weeks ago. This one here is still loaded. And my cabbage, I ain't got but 3 more, and they need cut today. Cause this cabbage here, man, this has been some good cabbage. It's called, if I ain't mistaken, that was called Katarina cabbage. And we've been cutting it, and that's the best cabbage I've ever eaten. If you ain't never eat your cabbage fresh out of the garden, it ain't no comparison to what you buy at the grocery store. There's my potatoes. And with the red potatoes. There's potatoes just in a container. And my red Russian kale and prism kale. Us and my neighbors been eating on that, and you can cut it, and it's been growing like wild weeds. And we got our tropical cherry tomato there, it's putting on a lot of blooms. Swiss chard. And then them 4-week pots, that's where I pulled up my tomatoes and started over. Now I got either Arkansas Travelers or Celebrities, cause I got a couple of Cherokees I found. And our musky dimes, These 4 on this side is growing. This is 4 different varieties. These 4 over here, 2 of them's Noble and 2 of them's Cohort. And these 2 over here is Ice and Plus. And I thought that one wasn't gonna come back, but it's making a little bitty green. It's still alive, but I done give up on it. But that's Ice and Plus and Southern Land on that end, and you can see they were shipped here, planted the same day and back in the winter, and they didn't do as good as the Cohort and the Noble. Then we got this here. I just planted the tomato seed straight in the dirt here. You can see it come up. And we got some type of cilantro. And then that's can't remember what, oh, that's another one of them basil. That's a Elidia, however you pronounce that. Then I got some lettuce and spinach, and this here's a Siberian kale. I planted it way late just to come across some seeds I had. Some more mixed lettuce and spinach. And there's a little sweet basil. And here's another lollipop cherry tomato, just in a wick bucket. But I'm proud of my Mary Washington asparagus bed. I done my bed and then I had 3 left over, but 2 of them come up in this container pot. Yeah, I got some weeds I need to pull out of there too. And here's some more little fingerling carrots. Another tropical cherry tomato. There's my little wildflower barrel from the hummingbirds and bees. There's a little moringa tree I'm trying to get started. Supposed to be called the Tree of Life. Then I forgot what kind of little flowers these was. Some kind of just little flowers planted there. Little flower in the swing over here. Little flower planted there in that pot. But guys, I just wanted to give y'all an update on the little gardening and the rabbits and the quail, chickens. But thanks for watching. God bless and have a great day.